The post and panel system, or PPS, uses a combination of supports, spacers, and panels to create countertop space without the need for doors or drawers. The PPS components include a rear and front spacer panel, a top spacer panel, an end or mid support column, and outer panels. These parts assemble to connect with a base cabinet or each other. Usually, PPS connectors are required when attaching top spacer panels to a cabinet. The only time you don't need PPS connectors is when you're attaching the top spacer panel to a flat surface like an ADA sink base. If the PPS connectors aren't necessary, then you can attach the top spacer panel right to the cabinet using 2 screws on each side. If PPS connectors are required, then line up the connector to the top of the base cabinet on the inside of the PPS and attach it from the inside of the cabinet using 2 screws. Then, line up the front spacer panel with the top, middle, and bottom holes on the front of the base cabinet or support column where you're going to be installing the PPS, add 3 screws, and tighten. Line up the rear spacer panel with the top, middle, and bottom holes on the back of the base cabinet or support column, add 3 screws, and tighten. Once the front and rear spacer panels are in place, your support column or base cabinet can be added. Before you install the support column or base cabinet, make sure everything is level. If it's not, then move the legs until it is. Line up the support column or base cabinet with the top, middle, and bottom holes on the front and rear spacer panels, insert screws into them, and tighten. Then, line up the holes on the top spacer panel with the holes on the support column and PPS connector if necessary, add 2 screws to each side, and tighten. Access holes are included to make installation easier. Once the top spacer panel is attached, then the outer panels can be installed. Line up the tabs on the outer panel with the cutouts on the front spacer panel, mark the tabs that are of equal distance, and pull out the tabs with a punch tool. Place the bottom tabs into the bottom cutouts first, then place the top tabs into the top cutouts until it's secured. If you're in a high wind area, there are additional tabs located at the top corners on both the front and rear spacer panels that can be pulled out with a screwdriver to rest on top of the panels for more security. When the back of your outdoor kitchen is exposed and you're using a rear outer panel, line up the tabs with the cutouts on the rear spacer panel. Then, mark and pull out the tabs and secure them to the cutouts. Once you've completed the installation steps, this is what the post and panel system should look like.